Let me start off with two words. Made in America. Made in America.
So Joe Biden's speech had Lauren Boebert saying two words, "Let's go, Brandon." And then the responses from the left were pretty funny. A whole bunch of people who apparently don't keep track of Biden, the one they defend endlessly, attacked her comment with people like David Hogg saying, three words, "You're an idiot." Is Lauren Boebert dumb as dirt or just unable to count? And then you had representatives. That's three words. Even senators. Check me if I'm wrong, Scotty, but I'm pretty sure that in addition to being absolutely inappropriate for a sitting member of Congress, is three words, not two. Reporters. George Takei. She can't count. J. Arnold. Alt math? How is it possible for a human being to be this effing stupid? Oh my effing God. So, the left just doesn't get it. But we continue. PayPal made an announcement and then retracted it immediately, saying that they were going to charge people almost like a fine for misinformation, up to $2,500, taken directly out of your money in your account. There was backlash from that, and almost immediately they backtracked. But here today, we know their stocks still went down on a Monday after the weekend, because I think most people know that they've pointed out that they are a woke company. And we have no faith in the idea that they're going to backtrack this. They're going to take it and hide it somewhere and continue with their program as a woke company to initiate plans to attack speech of people that use PayPal. So these kind of things are obvious to the right. Let's turn to another statement. This from Charlie Kirk. This does not seem equitable. U.S. citizens or immigrants who are born male and change their gender to female are still required to register. Individuals who are born female and change their gender to male are not required to register. And they're talking about the draft here. And one of the first replies here at the top is from a liberal. The GOP is literally banning abortion, books, black history, transgender rights, saying gay, birth control, and marriage equality. But get this, they say they are all about freedom. Now my thought is that this guy probably thinks that this is a meme, because we know the left can't meme. But what's more interesting in this is nowhere in there is he doing anything but kind of commenting on how the definition of a female in terms of the draft, the federal government's still kind of doing what they want. There's no fairness on that playing field. Are we registering women for the draft? Do we know what the definition of a woman or a man is for the draft? Yet the first thing out of somebody's mouth is about how the GOP is doing this, doing that. The ad hominem attack. They attack their character, not their position. Or the whataboutism that always happens in these cases. Don't look at me. Look at what others have done. Don't look at what this person did. Look at what this person over here did. So, one of the things that's clear here is the left doesn't understand sarcasm, doesn't understand logic, doesn't understand questions. If you make fun of anyone who happens to be in any way part of what they've determined to be a marginalized group, you're a bigot, a racist, whatever. Refer to all these other ad hominem attacks. Jokes, they don't understand. Questions like this, they don't understand. Things being clearly pointed out to them, they don't know how to handle it. If you're treating everyone the same, like making fun of everyone with jokes, how is that not equality? I'm reminded of an article years ago, I think it was about 8 years ago, from Huffington Post, where they pointed out that a majority of successful stand-up comedians are male, and it's less than 15% or something like that are female, are successful at it. And this at a time where it's like, Dave Chappelle, the funniest comedian alive, I believe, just happens to be black. They want to cancel him. And there's honesty in his humor. You have to respect that. But the left sees hate, not humor. Memes are hate speech as determined by the UN, and therefore it's internationally recognized. So saith the left. But what we're really talking about here is that any group can be marginalized. It's like comedians. How do you make up for that? How do you push equity into female comedians being funnier and people recognizing them as funnier and going to their shows and them being more successful? I'm sure they'll find some way to try to push equity into that. But it's quite ridiculous when you look at it and you use logic on it. But I wanted to share with you what I think are two important definitions. And the left really hates these definitions. But the first one that I always use is Libtards. And I call that the average dumb liberal who can't meme, can't form a logical sentence, doesn't know sarcasm, facts, science, truth, or patriotism. They know emotion and not logic. They assign values to your identity. They assign intentions automatically, a lot of times based on your identity. They know these things automatically. They know this about you just by seeing that you're a white male, for example. And why don't they understand patriotism? I don't know. Why is it the science that is fed to them is always acceptable and correct? Why are they trusting of establishment scientists? They place so much on a college education, maybe? Their truth lines up so well? I really don't know that, but definitely Libtards is one of the categories. And the other one I call Libturds. And these are the asshats that know they're evil and they don't care. I believe these are the Antifa types, the criminals out there that want chaos, they want revolutions, they want the great reset, anarchy, tear it all down, start over, they hate it all. They want to redirect where power sits by pushing certain others down or crazy things. They push for defunding the police. Many people in society agree on police reforms, but they're not saying reform the police. That's not a chant. It's defund with the expectation that people want no police. And who besides a criminal would want that? Nobody besides a criminal should want that. Even if you think that there is some element of it that is unfair and everything else like that, it completely wiping the system clean where there's no system at all to protect you in any way, shape, or form. The expectation that that would be a good thing over what we have now blows my mind. But I thought I'd leave you with something to think about in terms of how the left approaches this. And as we continue to study the left on Twitter and in the world, they seem to be the loudest voices on Twitter. They seem to get a lot of things that they want in society. And I think a part of that is I think a lot of conservatives need to speak up a lot more often. I've already only just done my first video making fun of the left with Social Justice Warrior News. And I'm already receiving hate mail. I'm already having people call me racist. I'm already having people ask me why I wouldn't be fired for making videos about the left, like I have. And I plan on continuing to. And the fact that they want to limit me and push me down with an attack on comedy, it shows where their head's at. To think that I've got to be stopped in some way is ultimately, shows how ridiculous they are. The same people that would cancel Dave Chappelle, a black man, one of the funniest people on the planet, if not the funniest person alive. They can't see his humor. It's just all about he's attacking. It must be he attacks. It must be that he hates. I don't have all the answers, but maybe you'll join me as we continue to watch and observe what these crazy leftists do. And we need to come out on top, because their ultimate end game is pretty serious.